Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy hump day. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well this season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Wednesday, guys. So, guys, in this recording, I want to speak to you guys about a few things, a few reasons. I don't even know how many I have, like 15 maybe. A few reasons on why you feel exhausted on some days, and then other days you feel extremely energetic and you're trying to figure out what is going on. It's very fickle. It's a whole zoo, honey. There's a lot of shifting going on. So I want to speak about a few things. So at the end of the day, many chosen people, those who are aligned, who are properly aligned, we're going higher. We're going deeper within our purpose and our calling, things like that. So what's happening is that there is an awakening going on where you are start to truly realize that you want to be more deeper in your purpose and your calling. You want to be used by God. You're fully surrendered to the Holy Spirit. Where before, maybe you were trying to control everything. Maybe you thought your job would do it for you. Maybe you thought that relationship or that marriage would do it for you. And now you're discovering that this ain't it. I'm not fulfilled. I'm not complete, right? I have people around me, but I still feel empty, right? So you're starting to feel like there's a desire for more. And so many chosen people are truly being awakened where we are going deeper into our purpose and our calling. So there's a lot of different things that are going on. Remember, chosen ones, we are very spiritually sensitive. So we feel all the different shifts, the things that's going on in the spiritual realm. The best thing that we can do right now, truly, I mean, there's a lot of things, but overall, honestly, is to submit fully to the Holy Spirit. Because right now, there is absolutely nothing that you can do that's going to work if it's out of alignment. A shift has happened where our way is just no longer going to work. So we know that the best thing to do right now is to be in full surrender and in alignment. So let's talk about a few reasons on why we're feeling these shifts and certain things that you may experience or you may not be experiencing. I would love to hear from you guys. Tell me what some of the things that you're going through, what you're feeling, things like that. So let's start with, it is very important to rest. The days where you feel exhausted and overwhelmed and you just feel tired, it is very important to rest if you can, because at the end of the day, of course, we still got to get responsibilities done. But if you have one of those days where you truly just can't get up off of the couch and you just in your sunken place, don't feel guilty about that, because it's almost like we're so conditioned to be working and conditioning to do all these things, and we almost feel guilty when we have a day when our body just shuts down and say it's just time to rest. There's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of spiritual activity going on. We're feeling all of it. And it's fickle. It's fickle. So the days that you feel tired and exhausted, just rest with no apologies and no guilt. Next, it is extremely important to have up firm boundaries. Firm boundaries. Now, if you're still struggling with people pleasing, you're going to struggle with this. But this may be the thing that push you finally out of that people pleasing mode, because you're going to get so sick and tired of people who keeps trying to cross your boundaries when you put boundaries in place, like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do this right now. I can't have anything pulling at me right now, right? I can't answer my phone right now. I can't do this. I can't come here. So because only you know what you're feeling internally, it's important for you to put up boundaries to guard your spirit, to guard your mind. This is crucial. Firm boundaries. And if anyone tries to manipulate that, cut them off. If you have a boundary rep and they're trying to make you feel bad, or they're trying to play the silent treatment because of your boundaries, let these folks go. This is crucial during this time. Firm boundaries, period. Next, Well, I kind of alluded to that, but at the end of the day, don't let anybody pull at you. See, right now, it's like you got to understand when you're having, and right now I'm speaking at the days that maybe where you feel the depletion, you feel empty, right? Those days. Now, the days that you feel energetic, I'm sure you will have energy to give to people if they're pulling at you. But I'm speaking about the days truly where it's just one of those days. Don't let people pull at you. We are not people's God. People will call you and pull and pull and pull and want and need. Can you come here? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you keep my kids? Can you blah blah blah? Don't let people pull at you when your cup is currently empty. We are not people's God. People have other people that they can call. They only call you because they know you're going to always be available. This is why you will discover you will lose a lot of people and things that's being pruned during this time. You will start to discover who's truly for you because people don't like boundaries. So when you start putting boundaries in place, you're going to start to see people fall off. And honestly, these are the people who need to fall off. So just let it be. Next, you probably, some days you sleep like a baby, and then there's other days you can't get to sleep. I mean, at all. Like you're probably scrolling on your phone 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're looking at your phone like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not even sleepy, right? And then there's other days again where, I mean, you sleep like a baby, truly. Again, part of that is because there's so much activity going on in the spiritual realm. There's a lot of shifting, good versus evil. Again, we're being elevated higher because we are spiritually sensitive. Again, we're feeling all of that, so we're taking hits. So there are days again where you probably feel like you can't get to sleep. You know what's really, really good? Someone put me on to it like 2 months ago, and oh my goodness gracious, magnesium. What do you call it? I don't know. I'll probably put it in the comment section. But it really, really, really truly helps with sleep. But even then, if there's a lot of activity going on, even with that, you will find that you still cannot sleep. So that's something that you may be experiencing, as well as dreams. I didn't even jotted that down in my notes, but even dreams, vivid dreams. Next, please, guys, if you're struggling, seriously, if you're struggling with this, just feeling like, okay, how can I describe the feeling? Maybe someone maybe going through it, and then you can't really resonate to know if this is what I'm speaking about or what other chosen people are speaking about. Okay, so is this feeling of, and I'm probably going to get ahead of myself because I have a few of these jot down, but I think now I'm going to get ahead of myself, and that's okay. But it's almost this feeling of you finally have surrendered to whatever goals that you thought, like you feel like you've lost control, and you're okay with it. Like you've truly surrendered to what you thought your life would look like, what you thought, like maybe you thought you would be married for 60 years and you just recently went through a divorce and you're okay with it. I mean, you really are realizing now that your life is truly not your own. So it's this loss of control, right? Which is surrender, but you're okay with it, meaning you're not fighting for it like a few years ago. If you were losing control of it, you may really be trying to fight to save it, where truly you're just like, you know what, it is what it is. All I want to do is be in the will of God. But at the same time, it's this feeling of feeling empty. There's a desire that there's more, but what is the more? So the feeling that you're feeling is God is depleting you, right? He's taking away of all that control, you trying to control your life, all of that trauma, all of the triggers, all that stuff. So all that stuff is being released. The people, all that stuff is being released out of your life. So he's emptying you out of you out of you. And then he's going to eventually, right, where you are right now, that emptiness, that yearning for more, is because he haven't introduced you into the new season yet. You know it's coming, and that's why you're yearning for this feeling, but you're not physically in it yet. Now, many people are. Many people are in their new lands. So you're going higher in purpose and calling. So you're waiting on this shift to happen. You're waiting on that destiny helper. You're waiting on that door to open. You're waiting on the ministry to call you back. Whatever the case may be, wherever you're going, you haven't physically gotten there yet because he's still emptying out your spirit for everything that you created or what you thought your life should look like. So you feel empty. Now, the days where you feel fulfilled and energetic is because, again, remember, there's a lot of shifting going on. So during those times, you're really vibing high. Your frequency is high. Not speaking anything new age. Your spirit is all fulfilled because you got some kind of download. And it was clear that day. You got a revelation. It was clear that day. Like, ooh, I'm so excited. When is it coming? Right? So you feel all energetic that day. And then the shift happens and, then you're back depleted the next day. So it's very, very fickle. But that's what's going on. That's why you feel empty, because he's depleting you from you, and then you haven't fully enter your new season yet. So next, a few things that we should or should not be doing. Guys, please, I promise you, I know a lot of the times, especially in our community, definitely not all, but we weren't really taught to be in nature, if you will. Again, that's definitely not for everybody. But please, guys, nature will be your best friend right now. Nature will be your best friend right now. If you feel stuck in your house and you feel like you're just depressed and this, that, and the third, just even if you probably will have to force yourself, right? Because there's not like a lot of energy on some days. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Just get in nature. Go sit under a tree and read a book. Go touch a tree. Go hug a tree. Whatever you want to do, just get in nature. The downloads that you're going to receive from the Holy Spirit are going to be so very profound, but then it does something to your spirit. It settles your spirit. It fills you up on those days where you feel empty. So you may not feel like going, but just do whatever. Amp yourself up. Get into nature. It's going to be a big, go sit by some water, go fishing, right? Just get in nature. It's going to bless you, truly. Next, you got to tap in even when you don't feel like it. Like, you probably can hear it in my voice. I really didn't feel like really tapping in this morning, right? I'm not really my energetic self, if you will, today. Like I was maybe on, I don't know, this past weekend. Again, it's shifty, right? But you gotta encourage yourself. You gotta force yourself to tap in. That's the trick of the enemy, right? He knows you're spiritually exhausted right now. So he's hoping she don't read the word today. She don't go on the trail today. She don't go in nature today. Like whatever, however you get your downloads, he wants to be sure that you don't get them. You must force yourself, encourage yourself to tap in, however you tap in. Next, eat as clean as possible. In fact, you probably have a desire right now where you only crave clean eatings, fruits, vegetables, lots of water, even when typically that's not even your thing. But there's just this desire that you want your spirit to be clean. So eat as clean as possible, because a lot of that stuff that we eat have toxins in it. And right now we're going through this spiritual shifting. So you want your spirit to be as clean and free of toxins as possible. Next, fasting. Some of you guys have probably had your own downloads and directions with fasting, because remember, fasting is just not always food, and then some, it can be intermittent fasted, some may be fasting against social media. Whatever my personal instructions are with fasting, it is crucial, because something happens right now because we are so spiritually empty. And because we're being empty out of our stuff, the downloads must come, right? The downloads are being inserted because the downloads are giving us our next instructions, right? Things like that. So to be fasting during a time and you're eating more clean and you're tapped in with nature, you're down. This is why many of you guys find that your downloads are so very profound. Now, some things you still can't really speak on yet, but God is showing you a lot of the things that you're going to be doing in the next season in these end time assignments, right? Wealth transfers, all that different stuff. He's showing you very profound things. With that being said, listen, be very careful who you speak to, because here's the thing, guys. Only chosen ones are going to understand chosen ones, because we understand this journey. But if you're still speaking to somebody who's surface level and truly like still vibrating at lower frequencies, and the only thing they care about is just the surface level stuff, truly, I mean, they're still stuck like in 1980, they're going to think you're insane, right? They're going to think you're insane. So just be careful about who you speak to, because they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Trust me, they are not going to get it. Oh my goodness. Even though the world is shifting all around them, they can't even see it. They can't even understand. God is trying to prepare you, because this world is about to, like, seriously, he's trying to get us set up, but they're missing it. He's telling you how to prepare. He's telling you what to go and buy, what to stock up on, this, that, and the third. Get a passport in this particular area for this particular reason. He's given us all these information, but a lot of people just can't get it. So don't try to force people to get it. Meaning, you might be trying to force your best friend, or force your spouse, or force your family to understand, like, listen, God have shown me this. We got to get prepared. And they're just like, well, I don't think so, because we're going to just keep depending on the government. The government is still take care of us for the next 20 years. Okay. Just prepare the best you could, and just try to stay tapped in and just follow your specific instructions. Next. This is very important. This is why I couldn't go on my 2-week vacation for my birthday. It's almost like there is a conviction, a firm one actually, a firm conviction to sit with this emptiness rather than try to fill and replace it. So because you're feeling this spiritual emptiness on some days, the days that you feel it, you feel like you should be trying to fill it up with more things. And those more things are only distractions, because you don't like the feeling of the emptiness, if you will. So instead of trying to go and make yourself busy, instead of trying to go and go back to, I don't know, maybe old habits or old relationships or old this, that, and the third, because you feel this emptiness, you got to sit with it. You got to sit in that feeling. Because remember, this is a time that you're getting your download. So the enemy is trying to really get you out of place where you're not tapped in. So don't try to replace it just because you feel bored or you feel empty, right? You feel empty for a reason. You've just been depleted out of everything you thought your life should look like. Sit with that emptiness. Sit in nature. You'll feel it getting filled back up. But it's getting filled back up with downloads about your purpose and your calling and instructions, not with things or places per se. Next. Be very, very careful of past addictions during this time. Because remember, with that emptiness, you're trying to replace that feeling. So what's the first thing the enemy do is tempt you. Go pick up some weed, if weed is your thing. Go eat sweets after sweets after sweets after sweets, when truly we need to be eating really clean right now, right? So that emptiness will have you, or will have the enemy triggering you to pick up old addictions of whatever sorts. Again, cigarettes, porn, the list goes on. So just be very, 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 very careful, because you're very keen right now to picking up some kind of addiction, because you're struggling with the days where you feel empty and depleted. Next, I spoke of that earlier. A lack of honey, you just don't have no energy some days, right? You just don't have the energy some days, because again, it's so much shifting going on. Next, don't make any major decisions right now. Don't make any major decision. Like if you're going through grief, like that's one thing that you will learn in grief therapy. They tell you don't make any major decisions because your emotions are all over the place. Like you don't like that feeling. You don't like the feeling of the hurt, the feeling of the emptiness. And so you're going to try to replace it by, maybe you feel like you need to go and move to another country, another state. And maybe you do, but don't make any major decisions unless you're being guided by the Holy Spirit. You're going to make the wrong decisions because you're going, honey, you done left that marriage 20 years ago, and now you know that marriage was done. No feelings no longer there, but because you feel this emptiness and you don't like this feeling, because when you're empty, you also have to now face your trauma. So because you're going through this awakening where God is depleting you of your stuff, that also requires you to face your traumas, because he has to deplete you. He's ridding you of all that stuff to rebuild you and fill you back up. So now you feel empty, and now you're all of a sudden thinking about that man you left 85 years ago. And you really think that's going to make you happy. I feel so empty. I feel so lost. I feel so... maybe if I go back to him, it'll make me feel happy again. It'll make me feel again. You didn't feel when you was there. So don't make any major decisions right now. When it's time to make major decisions, which many of us are going to be making soon, like once we come up out of this thing, some of you guys are already in it, right? Like, you know the place that God is calling you to have dual citizenships. You know the place he's calling you to buy a home in that land and that territory. You know the people, you know it, right? Your downloads are there, you know it, but you're just not physically there yet. So you will be making major decisions soon, but don't make it because you feel this sense of emptiness right now. This too shall pass. This is just part of the process. Next. And this is also alignment. This is what alignment is about, right? Disobedience is when you're not, if God is telling you to, okay, for example, this is part of the process, right? You got to get through this little space of depletion, if you will, before he starts filling you up and downloading your new stuff. And he's telling you, be still. But you feel like, no, I'm calling this old person back, right? I'm going here. That's disobedience. So you're not in alignment. Alignment means you are doing everything that God is requiring you to do, even when it doesn't feel comfortable. But you're trusting the process. You're fully surrendered to the process. It's obedience over emotions. That's what alignment is about. Full surrender, total surrender. We're not perfect, right? We get off key. Listen, your girl been off key last week. Like, seriously, God had to really get me straight, because I've been having too much fun for too long, and it's almost like, listen here, get back in alignment. You got to Wednesday morning to get back in alignment. So your girl is here. I'm back in alignment, honey. I'm here. I am here. Whoo, child. Okay, next. Where am I? I don't even know. I need some coffee. Loss of desire for your current season. Again, a lot of you guys are, you don't even like things in your current season anymore. You don't like those people. You don't even like your job. You don't like your neighbors. I'm just throwing things out here. I'm just being sarcastic now, but no, seriously. You truly don't have a desire for anything. Like, you used to love going, I don't know, shopping. You used to love going sightseeing. Now, honey, you just don't have a desire to do the things that you once truly loved to do. There is no desire at all. However, some of the things you must do because it's part of your responsibility at the end of the day, but there's really no desire, and you're having to really push through because you don't even have the energy to do it. Right? But you're getting it done one day at a time, one moment at a time. So you no longer feel a desire for your current level because you're not staying there. You're not staying. The season has shifted. It's shifted in the spiritual realm. You just haven't walked into the new season yet. Again, some people have. So what's the need to well, this can be for a couple of reasons. For one, if you have a desire, if he left the desire at your current level, then you will be distracted. Because if it's a desire for it, you're going to keep wanting to do it. So how are you going to be tapped in to get your new downloads? Right? Also, he's drawing up a desire because you're not going to be there once he says it's time to, So just do what you got to do just to get past this current shift. Next. I said that earlier. I think I did alluded to it. A disconnect from many people, not all people. Some people you will feel a more profound connection to. These are typically going to be soul tribes, people within the next season, things like that. But you're feeling a disconnect from some people. There's reasons for that. Again, some people may have you too distracted, so he'll lessen that. I don't know, that bond almost, if you will. So the desire will be less, so you're not tempted. So you can really focus and tap in right now. Also, because you're being elevated spiritually, a lot of people haven't put the work in, and it's work, right? A lot of people haven't put the work in, so you just can't even, the conversation is just not the same. And it's not even like a bad thing. It's just that you guys are on just two different levels right now. So you're speaking about deeper levels of purpose and calling. You're speaking about going deeper into God, deeper with God. They're talking about the Shade Room and BET Awards, and you're just like, I mean, can you not even see what's going on around us? Can you see that celebrities are not even quote unquote longer? They're not quote unquote celebrities are not even celebrities anymore. Can you not feel this shift of evil being dismantled, not just in Hollywood, but all around us? You can't feel that. So you don't see the importance of getting in alignment to be sure that we're in alignment to receive these wealth transfers as these folks lose it all. You can't really see that God is calling you here, and there's end time assignments, and certain things has to be done for end time. You can't. And you telling me about Cardi B? So you're trying to have these conversations with these people, and the only people you can connect to is people who are spiritually elevated. And it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Next, I think I have 3 more. Remove people who are not remove people who are not reciprocal. Seriously. I mean, in general, but especially now. If there's people in your life and all they're doing is pulling, they want, they need, right? And they add no kind of value to your life, right? And again, reciprocity is not about them adding the same thing or equal level type of thing. But the point is they're making 0 deposits. They're just withdrawing. Every time they call you, they want something, they need something. They're pulling at you. They're depleting your tank. You just don't have it to give right now, right? Your spiritual tank on these empty days, your spiritual tank is so depleted that you don't have it to just don't even respond to it. Don't even respond to it. Don't even respond to it. Because again, only you know what you feel right now. And even if you try to explain it to someone who's not on this level, they're going to think you're insane. So just keep it to yourself. You just know that you don't have it to give right now. I can't reply to this message. If I do, you're going to try to manipulate me and it's going to have this whole 30-minute conversation. I just can't. If there is no reciprocity in whatever form, just let it be. Let it be. Next, I think I have 2 more. Everyone is not your assignment. Now, this is definitely what you will learn after you're being, again, emptied out and you're getting your new downloads and God is building you back up. This is one thing that you're definitely learning. Everybody is not your assignment. I don't care how big and beautiful your heart is. Our hearts are. Don't care what kind of energy we got, and everybody think we have all this healing energy. Everybody is not our assignment. I don't care how much. I don't care how much people we've helped in the past. Leave me alone. Everybody is not our assignment, including the ones calling. Everyone is not our assignment. Hear me again, please. Everyone is not our assignment. It doesn't matter what we were taught, what we were conditioned. It doesn't matter what we picked up along the way. Everybody is not our assignment. Our assignment is the people that God leads us to. God ordained assignments, not best friends, not cousins, not God ordained assignments. These are the assignments that are going to be reciprocal. These are the assignments that are going to be fulfilling because you're called to it. So your blessings come back from God because you're in alignment. So you're planting. So you receive from God. Why do you think people that you typically help are the very people that are ungrateful? The people that you help are the ones who are non-reciprocal. The people that you help are the ones who are greedy and take advantage, manipulate, etc. Because they're not your assignment. So there's no grace upon that. So then we're called to steward that. We're called to, and 99% of the time, those are going to be the ones who burn you. We're protected. There's grace over God ordained assignments. Lastly, now some of you guys may have a hard time. I still do sometimes, but now it's more or less obedience over emotion, so it makes it easier. Chosen ones, hear me well. For those who are in this current alignment / shift, this is your season of reaping. This is your season of reaping. This is your season to receive so many blessings, so many rewards because of all the good you've done, not just last season, but all of your life. These are the rewards because all of the hurt and trauma that you've endured, you never gave up on God. You kept pushing. These are the rewards of all the people you've helped and they burned you, but God took notes. Excuse me. So this is when you come up out of this, once God has rebuilt you back from this emptying and he's building you up to thrust you into higher dimensions of purpose and calling. This is why you're now starting to attract, right? You're attracting. Some of you guys are already at this level because you're now coming out of the emptying and now you're being built back up. But those of you who are still just completely depleted and you're not getting any kind of next instructions or assignment, again, make sure you're in alignment now to receive. You have to create that environment in order to hear from God. Seriously. Like, you can't hear with 1,000 distractions. You have to be intentional. If you got 35 kids, set your alarm 1 hour early before everyone wakes up and get to that secret place. You literally have to create the environment to hear from God. Truly. That's something that I never knew. I would be, because I'm a very busy person naturally. So I would be busy, and I can't hear from God. I can't hear from God. You have to create that environment, that one-on-one time. But one of the very, very profound, and I mean, it was so profound that I got on the trail, I don't know, maybe last weekend was, this is the chosen one seasons of reaping, but we're going to struggle with it because we're always the one sowing. We're always the one giving. We're always the one helping. So this is why you will now have this firm instruction and you're in alignment with it and you're surrendered to it to know that everybody is not your assignment. This is why now it's easy to say no, where before it's very difficult to say no if you're a people pleaser, if that's you. So now you're in this stance where people are pouring into you. People are attracted to your light. We've always had that, but this is different. This is in alignment. These are destiny helpers. These are people who are going to help you with the shift, who's going to open that door, who's going to co-sign your name. You're attracting all of this. But because you're not used to it and you're used to people pulling from you and taking and pulling and taking and giving, that you almost feel, because we believe in reciprocity, you will feel like because somebody does something for you, now you must reciprocate it. Now, granted, that's amazing, but be very spiritually sensitive and discerning. Because this is like, I'm just having a flashback. So one of the videos that I posted a couple of weeks ago, I stated that this beautiful couple had pick up my tab. It was like $200. Pick up my tab. And when I saw them again, I was like, I just want to let you know that I took your blessing and I paid it forward. It's like, well, you didn't have to pay it forward. And I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean? You're supposed to always pay it forward. And then the Holy Spirit really, really, really convicted me with that. That's when not in a bad way, because there's nothing wrong with paying it forward. That's a beautiful thing. But the conviction was to let me know, chosen ones, this is your season of reaping. You have seen nothing yet. You've seen nothing yet. Blessings are going to chase you down. Don't reject them. Don't self-sabotage. You deserve this. This is your reward. Job well done. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.